Today's video is this very old side table. It is solid oak with the exception of an oak veneer top. It has really nice detail around its border, but it is extremely tired. I don't want to make it look brand new, I just want to give it a little more fuel in its tank. It is held together by a very large number of screws. Let's count. 2, 8, 10, 16, 18, 24, 26, 28, 34, 36, 38, 40. That's a lot of screws. They have all been covered with a fillet of some sort. That comes out no trouble. Here's hoping all the screws come out okay. But what sometimes looks like an easy project can often be quite deceiving. Okay, one screw down. Feeling confident. Coal 1, table 1. Things were trucking along quite nicely. The screws were basically jumping out, but then it all changed. I spent 3.5 long hours wrestling this table. Eventually, I had 2 screws that were not going to budge, so I got my multi-tool out and cut them loose. I had to remove what was left of the screw, so I drilled a small hole right next to it. I was careful not to drill right through, and this gave it a little bit more wriggle room and it came out pretty easily. Sadly, I did damage the corner on this one, so I decided to cut it off completely and I'll replace it with a new piece of oak later. I get off what finish I can with the scraper and catch the rest with my sander. The top and sides had a few marks here and there, so I give it a dose of oxalic acid. And while that is working its magic, I get to work on these legs. The stain and varnish were actually hiding quite a few saw marks, so I'll try and smooth these out with the sander. And now to repair this corner. I don't want the screws visible, so I'm going to sink them and follow them with this walnut dowel. Hopefully a little more aesthetically pleasing than the original filler. Now, while we are on the topic of walnut, let's set up this black walnut standing desk that the team at FlexiSpot kindly sent me. With the help of an electric drill, the desk assembly is pretty smooth sailing. This is the E7 model and the smaller of the two sizes, but perfect for my space. Made of high quality carbon steel, you can see it's a very solid build, much like my little helper here. You can get this desk in several colours to suit your space. I've gone for a black frame and a black walnut desktop. I love that I can stand and edit my videos, as sitting for hours does not agree with me at all. But my wife also uses this office space and she enjoys sitting, so it's a win-win for us. You can also get a ton of awesome useful accessories to suit your workstation requirements. I will leave a link to this desk in the description just in case you fancy checking it out. It's now time to drill the holes for the dowel in the top piece. I'm now screwing in the screws that hold the top together, as I can't quite do the rest until it's attached to the legs. While they dry, I'm going to use a walnut stain on the frame, and I end up doing 2 coats of this. I decide to stain the oak top veneer walnut as well, but I want to keep the rest of the top lighter so it will create some contrast, and that's why I'm taping it off here. I use this wax filler to fill the gaps. I'll take this opportunity to thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you would like to support my channel, a like, comment, subscribe would go a really long way. Or if you fancy shouting me a coffee or a beer, there is a link in the description below. Thank you very much. The underside of the table needs a pretty good clean, and I'll follow that up with a coat of walnut Restore Finish. I now need to attach the top so I can finish off filling all the holes with the dowel. I finish the sanding with a 320 grit sandpaper, and then I use the walnut restorer finish over the whole piece. It really brings out the grain and gives the piece a really nice finish. I touch up the wood filler appears with a coloured furniture marker. This one is walnut, and it does a very good job at disguising the filler. And finally, I use a wax to finish the piece. Thanks again for tuning in. Let me know what you think in the comments, and until next time, take it easy.